These former NBA players say they're going to join the Women's League. But why and how? Well, they're actually doing it in protest of the WNBA's rules, which say that all players must be women without defining women.
I'm transgender. I identify as sometimes identifying as a woman for purposes of basketball, professional basketball. So I'll be declaring for the WNBA draft in 2027 as well.
Based on the current guidelines, I can and am officially declaring my eligibility for the upcoming WNBA draft in May 2027.
To be clear, they aren't being serious. They're mocking the WNBA's rules and they're against transgender people playing in the league. It's because the new WNBA collective bargaining agreement signed earlier this year says only players who are women are eligible to play in the WNBA. But it doesn't define women or spell out how eligibility for transgender players is determined.
These players are stepping up to make a political statement. Unfortunately, frankly, unsurprising that some cis men want to insert themselves in a way that's inappropriate into women's sports. And I think it's just another way that women's sports gets attacked when it's been thriving and doing so well, especially the WNBA.
For context, there aren't any transgender women playing in the WNBA now. The two declarations came after WNBA player Sophie Cunningham spoke out against transgender participation in women's sports. She said girls in sports shouldn't have to compete against what she called biological men in a recent interview with ESPN.
If anybody is taking these talking points as legit or believing they're protecting young girls in sports, I just have to ask, are you serious?
Why she decided to make this an issue and start to attack trans individuals is a very curious thing. All of us who are fans out there of the WNBA, the NBA, of any sports that are out there are seeing through what this is, which is it's just another distraction.
The WNBA Players Association released a statement on Friday in response to all of this, saying, "We embrace justice, equity, diversity, and inclusion, and that hate, abuse, and demonization of any person or group of people, including transgender people, only fuel fear, division, and harm."
It's not something that we should give any more moment to. What I would rather focus on is let's list out the things that we all can do to support women in sports and to make women's sports better, and none of them are to then ban trans women in that sport.
I think that's exactly what would help women in sports, is to ban men from playing their sport. He's talking like he really cares about women. If you care about women, you would not want them competing against men. There's no such thing as a transgender. That is a make-believe, make-up thing. That's like Peter Pan. Transgender equals Peter Pan. It's not a real thing. It's a make-believe thing. People dress up as Peter Pan on Halloween all the time, every year. Does that mean Peter Pan is real? No. Does that mean that these people are really Peter Pan? No. And it's insanely crazy. We are living in Sodom and Gomorrah. This is Sodom and Gomorrah. Man, boy, they're lucky. They're lucky this is not the Old Testament times. I mean, we all are, but especially these folks. Because this is Sodom and Gomorrah. We are living in Sodom and Gomorrah. And remember what God said? He told him, if you can find, I think he told Abraham, if you can find one person, I won't destroy it. Couldn't find one. Only Lot. Lot got up out of there, man. It's crazy. We're living in Sodom and Gomorrah, the highest level of confusion. This is demonic. I'm not going to lie, this is demonic. And it's just make-believe stupidity. That's exactly what it is. So we remember the other day that the WNBA called an emergency meeting to define what is a woman. And apparently they still have not been able to figure it out, even though everyone else in the world has figured that out since the beginning of time. I guess the WNBA is still trying to do some research to figure out, now, what exactly is a woman?
WNBA of punting on whether it would hypothetically allow transgender athletes to play. League officials talked about this yesterday at this previously scheduled meeting, but they did not come out with any new rules.
So now the league's collective bargaining agreement states that only women are eligible, but it gives no definition of a woman. The debate gained traction after the Indiana Fever guard, Sophie Cunningham, said she did not support trans athletes in women's sports. Now, the WNBA says it's not an issue currently impacting the league. It also denounced so-called bad faith efforts to try and make it one. Madeline Rivera picks up the story from there live in Washington. She's on it today. Maddie, good morning.
Good morning, Bill. Good morning, Shannon. That's right. If you wanted clarity, you didn't get it. The decision that the WNBA Anti-Hate Task Force reached at their meeting yesterday was to essentially have more meetings. Their statement to ESPN says today's meeting covered a wide range of topics, including ongoing discussions on transgender athletes and the continued hate and vitriol directed at players online. There are no immediate eligibility matters affecting the WNBA, and we strongly denounce the bad faith efforts to use these topics to demean or marginalize others. So, like you guys said, there are currently these questions regarding who's eligible to play. Former NBA players Enes Kanter Freedom and Royce White say under those vague stipulations, they should be able to compete. There are a lot of reactions online slamming the league's move to essentially delay a decision. Freedom is doubling down with a new post on X saying, the WNBA says a woman is anyone who claims to be one. So if I say I'm a woman, you have to accept it. Those are the rules the WNBA created.
I can't believe this is even a discussion. I genuinely cannot believe this is even a discussion or a debate. That's how you know that we are super privileged here in America. These are the things we argue and fuss about on what is a woman and who are we going to allow to play in the women's league. These are the things we discuss here in America. These are the problems we have. Think about the problems they have in Africa. Think about the problems they have in some of these other countries where they're trying to eat, where they're trying to raise families and survive and stay out of wars, which we haven't done a great job of recently, but that's a whole nother topic. But this just goes to show that we don't have any problems here in America. We're bored. We're just bored. And people are searching for a deeper meaning because there's a God-sized hole in everybody. And people feel like when they fight for transgenders, whatever that is, that they are doing something that's bigger than themselves and they're helping marginalized people, I guess. And they're bored. They're bored and they have no sense of self-worth and they have no sense of being a part of anything that's bigger than themselves. So they use these various topics to do so.
One. So if I say I'm a woman, you have to accept it. Those are the rules the WNBA created.
I think people forgot what the fuck it really means to be motherfucking trans, especially since y'all got motherfucking ex-NBA players, keyword ex-motherfucking NBA.
This is absolutely disgusting. This is absolutely disgusting. Sodom and Gomorrah. This makes me want to throw up. I literally want to throw up right now. This is a disgusting thing to look at.
Players posting AI pictures of themselves with fucking chicken go wigs on with a beard on their face from some, oh, I'm trans now, so put me in a WNBA. Like, it don't make no fucking sense. Y'all think it's funny and it's not. Like, first of all, bitch, that's not how that works. If you really trans, shave that fucking beard off and then get on some hormones. I bet you'll see how quick the fuck they soon start to switch up. And it just goes to show how people really view trans people. Like, we take hormones, bitch, we go through all these hoops and hurdles and obstacles and shit to live as the gender that we choose to live as, and this what the fuck y'all do? Like, we don't just throw a fucking wig on and call ourselves women like what the fuck this ex-NBA player trying to do. Like, if you really want people to believe that you fucking trans, why you ain't tell AI to remove that beard off your face? And y'all be sitting here trying to be funny, but whole time y'all don't even realize y'all ain't doing nothing but making an embarrassment out of yourself. Like, you sitting here with a wig.
They're making an embarrassment of themselves. They are making an embarrassment of themselves. If you are transgender, you are mentally ill. I think if you're transgender, you should automatically be monitored by the government. Maybe they should put you in a mental home automatically because you have mental issues. 100%. If you believe that you are in the wrong body, you have mental issues that are deeper than just regular. This is extremely, extremely disgusting and disturbing. Sodom and Gomorrah. We are living in Sodom and Gomorrah.
On and with a beard just for people to try to make a point that's not even a fucking point for real. Like, even Lily Tino shaved her beard the fuck off.
I'm not playing. I'm sick to my stomach. I feel like I'm about to actually throw up right now. I might literally throw up on camera. I'm not even playing.
Like, I don't understand why trans people always got to be the topic of discussion. Like, bitch, we the ones who really getting y'all clicks for real. Like, bitch, you mad that the NBA won't draft you the fuck again, so now you want to play for the WNBA trying to make a fucking...
NBA star declares for the WNBA draft. NBA star. Royce White was not an NBA star. Royce White was an NBA footnote. He was an NBA, oh yeah, he was there also. Royce White matters to the NBA as much as a grain of sand matters to the beach. NBA star. Royce White played in 3 NBA games. His total cumulative stats were 0 points.
What would he do in a WNBA game?
0 rebounds, 0 assists, and 2 fouls. That was his NBA career. Royce White's foul to point ratio is not definable by our society's understanding of math. NBA star. Royce White is a loser. I mean that literally. Royce White lost his only NBA game he ever played more than 1 minute. He wrote a book about how he was leaving basketball to start an MMA career. Got in one MMA fight and lost it. Ran for office in
So you're telling me that former NBA player Royce White is going on day 3 of continuing his mission to get into the WNBA. Do I have that right? Which then led to other females calling him out, saying, do it, commit to the bit, take hormones, get facial surge, breast aug, and SRS with the money you got from being a Hall of Fame household name, change your name and live as a woman in society. Anything less is cis male cowardice. In which she replied, don't tell me how to be a black woman. Taking hormones are optional. The idea that a trans woman has to subject herself to big pharma is just another way for cis.
This dude, I like this dude. What a great response. Don't tell me how to be no black woman. I don't have to submit herself to big pharma.
Normative people to turn us into a commodity. I'm all natural, black, trans, lesbian with a penile aesthetic. Which then Ed Krasenstein, the liberal influencer, real men don't play women's sports, in which Royce White clapped back, you misgendered me again. That's toxic, heteronormative bigotry. These words, guys. We've moved on from that way of thinking about womanhood. Why are you so pressed? We only make a tiny percentage of the population. You're obsessed. You must be jealous of strong, beautiful, black queens. You go, girl. I'm all for this Royce White drama. For your mama.
So this is where we're at in the world now. This is where we're at. If they can say what they say, then Royce White is not wrong at all. And y'all know that. And guys, I don't hate anybody, but I am disgusted by certain things and certain people. I'm sorry, guys. Maybe this is mean, but transgender people are disgusting. It is gross. It is quite literally gross. Do I hate you? No, I don't hate anybody. But is it gross? Do I want to have to look at it? No. Do I want to have to be around it? No. If one day I have a family and a daughter, do I want her to have to be around y'all in locker rooms and things? Hell no, bruh. Sodom and Gomorrah. That is the best way to sum all this stuff up. Sodom and Gomorrah. That is where we are. This is disgusting. This is gross. Goodness gracious. But hey, this is where we are. These are the problems we deal with in America. People are bored and they need a bigger purpose. That is exactly where we are. This is disgusting. This is disgusting. And you know what's even deeper than this, though? They tried to push these things on kids. These transgender people try to push these things on kids. And then they shoot up schools and things at a crazy rate. They never want to talk about that, right? They always talk about the white male school shooter. What about the transgender school shooters? They have like the highest shooting rate that there is. Why? Because they're mentally ill. Open up the mental homes. If you're transgender, you're automatically going. That's why they couldn't let me be the president. People don't like Trump. Whoo! People don't like Trump. People think Trump is extreme. Whoo! If I was the president, oh man, so many people would hate me. So many people would hate me. But a lot of people would like me too. Regular thinking folks would like me. But these transgender people, oh, they would hate me. They'll probably try to assassinate me. It is what it is, though. Y'all like, comment, subscribe, man. I'm gone.